Namaste, namaste. Welcome. I think welcome to reality and truth and universal life, really universal life. Because I think of course, we all experience ourselves as individual people. And of course, we are that. And many people have the idea about oneness, being at one with everything, or being one with God. But really, those are ideas in the mind. And ideas in the mind do not come close to the reality that actually is now. That we can't see, with the senses, with the mind, with the emotions, with the sensations and perceptions. We can't see it because it's time and space. It's in time and space. In mind resides only in time and space, or time and space resides only in mind. But you, who you really are beyond the mind, and you have always been beyond the mind. You have been awareness itself, the pure awareness that enables the mind and time and space to function, to actually exist. You, who you really are the innate sense of pure existence that is felt by everyone and everything everywhere, from the humans to the ant and beyond. There's a sense of being, a sense of existing that everyone, everything feels and knows. And yet, due to the identification with the mind, the false identification with being the mind and body, that pure sense of existence is confined to the appearance of the life, appearance of the avatar that we use to move around and experience in this virtual reality we call world appearance. It's a world, it's an appearance. It's an appearance. The true reality is that who you really are is that pure sense of existence, that pure being, the pure self. It's the self. It's yourself. It's who you really are. And at some point, a shift occurs, to being that. unbounded awareness, that pure sense that I am, the pure sense of being, the pure sense of life that everyone and everything everywhere experiences. Because that's the true reality of the being self itself. It's not an individual self. It's a universal, cosmic self. Same self of everyone. Same one self of everyone. So the idea of becoming one, well, first of all, we have to know what that one is. We have to become that one field of pure being itself. That's the real starting point in the unfoldment of the total reality of that unbounded self to itself, of what it really is. It's not really about you, the person that you think you are. You, the person that you think you are a vehicle. That the real you, the real self, has been using to reveal and unfold more of the total grand experience of itself, grand reality of itself. Because after all, just waking up to being that unbounded awareness itself that you really are, that real self, that's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But the most essential beginning, because really all of the life that we see and the life that we live in as this apparent body, individual body, separate from all the other bodies everywhere in the world. That life that we live is really, in fact, universal life. It's cosmic life. It's just that we've been programmed to just experience the individual appearance. Oh, yeah, I mean, we're trying to express this in words here, but it's right now, as we sit here. Well, we're sitting here in our own little space somewhere in this world around us here. This is what we think. But surrounding us all, surrounding us, right in the room that we're sitting in, is a sort of spaciousness, a presence, a stillness, a silence that is not just silent, but it's alive, it's lively. It's lively. And it's everywhere. And if we're still, localized to the body, mind, it can feel like something is watching you, something from all around there's a presence there. There's a presence there. You may not directly experience yet that it's your own omnipresence of the self itself, of the awareness itself, in which the body, mind, and your whole room, and the whole world, and the whole universe is contained in that boundless field of pure being, self. No. But that's what it is. That's what it is. Maybe if the mind doesn't know that or can't comprehend that, it's okay. We don't mind. We don't try to. We're not giving you concepts or beliefs to believe in or to learn. No. We're just talking about what is right here now, all around us, and has been here all along, that we think, we think it's a world. Out here we think it's a room that we're sitting in. We think there's walls, and we think there's windows that we can look outside and view the sky and the sun, or stars, or wherever we're at in the world. But really, it's the omnipresent reality of the real self, who you really are, the reality of awareness itself, pure awareness itself, being pure awareness and viewing from the perspective of being pure awareness at itself, like that. And so everything in the life, everything in the world remains the same old life, same old world, viewed from a different perspective, more grand, unbounded, really, we would say almost unpolluted perspective of clarity itself, being clarity itself. But we use the word almost, because the body-mind that still hangs on may not be fine-tuned enough for the being itself to really see itself really deeply and clearly. So what the body-mind idea is in reality the body-mind to the unbounded being that you really are. The body-mind is like a sort of a microscope to view more deeply within itself. That's what it is. And yet it's a microscope that is, the lenses are not maybe not clean enough, for it to really use it to really see clearly, more deeply within itself. So the beautiful thing is the awareness itself, the unbounded awareness itself, when it becomes awake to itself and is still sort of enclosed somewhat in the idea that I am this little body-mind, or this little body-mind is real, really who I am. then the clarity of the boundlessness of the being begins right at the point of knowing itself, the boundless infinity of itself. It begins to refine and rarefy the device of the body-mind so that it can clean it up a little bit, so it can use it properly to investigate more deeply into itself and reveal more of the full, total, cosmic, universal reality of the being itself to itself. It's not about purifying the body. It's about the being being able to use the sort of framework or instrument of the body-mind appearance to cultivate and refine and the finer details of the universal reality of the appearance that appears to be here. So what appears to be, what we experience is the body-mind. It appears to be individual. But really, the mind is cosmic. Mind is universal. The body is cosmic. It's universal body. The heart is cosmic and universal in reality. The senses are cosmic and universal. The whole personality is a cosmic, universal personality that appears at a point in the appearance of you to be an individual, a separate individual, separate from this, separate from that, other, so-called other. But that's not the truth, and that is not the experience from the perspective of being itself, looking at itself, at the cosmic dimension of itself, not looking at the little appearance of the body-mind. Doesn't need to look at it. That's coming along. That just comes along, and it begins to get purified and refined. The more the being looks at itself, the more the being sees itself from everywhere within itself and returns back to itself and experiences itself, seeing itself, experiences itself, knowing itself like that, the more it opens up to more of its total cosmic reality, opens up to the cosmic mind, the cosmic body, the cosmic heart, the cosmic personality, the whole cosmic dimension of all of the qualities and characteristics that make up the appearance of your body. And you know why it does this? It's because the body-mind world appearance is made out of infinity in the first place. And so this is why the infinity of being itself can begin to experience the infinity of the body, mind, heart, personality at the point of the individual appearance, and yet open up more fully, more deeply to the cosmic, true, supremely beautiful divinity that it really is. So, no need to understand this, try to figure it out. These words are not words for the mind to understand. These words are words for the being, and from the being to itself, to just to continue to open itself up more to the fullness of itself, to open itself up, to become awake to itself right here now, everywhere in the space around us, not interfered with by the objects and phenomena of its own self, opening up to itself and sort of collapsing back upon itself, returning to the universal memory of the true reality of itself, and become not so lost in the body-mind conditioning. It's really conditioning that we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned because we thought we were the mind. And the mind has been conditioned to believe what it sees. and it believes what it sees. This is through this, through the apparatus of the body-mind. And so the knowledge that it has gained throughout its, little, 100 years or so of life is gained through mind, through knowledge, through information of the mind, of the concepts, beliefs, just ideas, opinions, not real truth, not real absolute truth, but just some ideas about it. That's all the mind can do. It can only have ideas about truth. It can only have ideas about what is right and wrong. It can only have ideas about what is good and bad. That's mind, and we've been conditioned throughout our life to experience what we experience. Is it real? Is it true? Is it the ultimate truth, ultimate reality of what actually is and what is really true? No, it's not. Only the being itself can discover the truth about itself, the real truth about itself. And that's what we're here for. That's why we're here. To allow the being to use the body-mind as an instrument to delve more deeply within itself, to unfold the cosmic dimension of itself, the cosmic dimension of everything, everywhere, the true cosmic reality. And so, this is what we do. When we just sit here, we want to know truth, absolute truth. We don't want to be fooled by concepts and beliefs about this and that, or about spirituality, or about God. No, we want to know the absolute truth by being it, not by understanding it, but by being it, by really being it. And it's the being itself that unfolds, that awakens more to the universal reality of everything that appears to be in the body, mind, and in the world, awakens to the universal reality of what that really is. And this is what we want. This is what we want. Otherwise, we'll be fooled. We'll be, following this path, that religion, that political ideology, this or that, for the rest of our lives. And we won't really find the truth of who you really are and what this reality of what oneness really is and really means. And so we'll put it this way from the perspective of the being. And so there's only been, ever been, one thing all along. And it's been divine, it's been supremely beautiful and divine all along. It's just that sort of in the process, you could say, of reproducing itself, and through the appearance of everybody everywhere, it forgets its oneness, and then thinks it's just that individual person seeking for oneness, which it has been all along. It's a crazy thing, it's a crazy thing. But beautiful thing. And so it's like we're in the sprouts of a beautiful tree of knowledge, or like we think we're embryos in the appearance of body-mind people that are sort of blossoming and going through the birth canal of infinity, of divinity, really, to remember itself, just to remember the full total reality of itself as it really is. And so this is what's going on. But see, the universal truth, the universal being that the self knows really deeply, all on its own, doesn't need anybody to tell it this or that. It's opening up more and more, and it's growing within certainly all of you and really within everyone, everywhere. The real universal being is sprouting, coming forth, and opening up. And so we're not so swayed by, beliefs or concepts or opinions or ideas or conspiracies anymore as we have been. We're getting more into the experience of the independence of this being itself, the independent and pure knowledge that is what the self actually is. The being itself, the being of everyone, everywhere, is really pure truth, pure knowledge. It is Veda. It is Veda. Absolute pure knowledge, pure truth. And so that as the being itself becomes more awake to itself and sees that the whole body-mind is not really individual as we thought, but it's cosmic. It's cosmic. It's universal. The totality is there, right in the cosmic dimension of the body, mind, that the being itself experiences of it from its own perspective, not from the perspective of the individual mind idea. That gradually disappears. The idea that I am an individual body-mind gradually gets replaced by the being itself experiencing the cosmic dimension of, we have to say, just the knowing of the total reality of itself that opens up more and more and more, so that that's what's happening. That's what's growing. You're growing up. You're coming back to being the one true, total, universal reality and universal truth that you have actually been all along. That has just been colored. Go through some stuff. Go through some karma, stuff like that. And this world is sort of the place where that happens. It's a place for the being itself to remember more of the total reality of itself, to get out of the idea of being just an individual body-mind person struggling through life, becoming a spiritual person, or becoming this, or becoming that, whatever. No. No, you don't become a spiritual person. You open to being pure spirit, pure being, the wholeness of pure divinity itself is what you really are. And that's what you open up to. That's what gets realized. So it gets realized. So there's a self-realization which takes place in the first awakening. The first awakening to being just that unbounded awareness. But then the being itself opens up more to itself, to what we can, well, it's the total reality of itself. And then to more of the cosmic dimension of the whole body-mind personality as it actually is. All of the qualities of your personality, they're not individual, they're universal. Every aspect of your life is universal. It's not individual, it just appears individual because we've been conditioned to experience that. But as the conditioning gets unconditioned more and more, that just opens up the true universal reality and the universal truth of what you really are opens up more and more. And all of the beautiful universal qualities of intelligence that make up the body, mind, personality, they come awake. It just comes awake everywhere, in the whole space, all around us, because that has been awake here, right now, all along, in the room right around you, in the space all around you. It has been a lively space of infinite being itself, really opening up and deepening its own clarity of seeing itself and knowing itself. And this is what is taking place right in the room, right around you. And it has been creating the appearance of the forms and phenomena that we experience as the world in front of us, in the body, individual body, to sort of disguise, to hide the true reality of its own supreme divinity that it really is, that you really are, that is the only thing that actually is real and will not fade, will not die, is eternal, and the true one reality, the oneness, that is what is. It just is. It just is. So we're just saying these words, because, the words can, what they do, they're just words, and they end up hitting the mind, and they create some idea or concept. But that's not what they're for. The words are for and from the being itself, to itself, to really begin to wake up to the pristine clarity of itself that is everywhere, all around us here. It's not inside your body, your little body. No, little body can't contain that infinity. The little heart can't contain the divinity. no, no. That divinity is everywhere, in the room all around us, hiding in the appearance of all of these objects in front of you and all around you. No. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and it's absolutely masterful, how the divine reality has even hidden herself from the absolute being. Even the absolute being is fooled by the Maya, by the reality of its own supreme power. And so we're waking up, and and see, this is not an idle talk. This is not just a idle wishful thinking. All of this. This is reality. This is the truth. But I know we want to know about my life and my world. What's going on in my life and my world? Well, this is actually what's really going on, and because there's only one field of awareness itself, one being itself, and that being, as it becomes more awake to itself, through this point, through that point, through that point, through that point, through all these people, so-called people here, then that truth, pure truth of the reality of what is, comes more awake and more awake in the consciousness, really, to some degree, in the consciousnesses of everyone, everywhere. And so there's coming, we're coming in a time and space here, where more of the universal truth and the universal reality that actually will be exposed more, at least to some degree, in the consciousness of everyone, everywhere. And they won't be so swayed by all their beliefs and conditioning. They won't be so caught in, following this person or following that person. There's no need to follow anyone. When the clarity of the being, the truth of being, is opening up in your own consciousness. Because that is the inner guru, the inner knowing, the inner truth, opening up more and more. Beyond the mind, beyond the intellect, nothing to do with the individual mind or individual intellect. It has to do more with the universal being itself, opening up to the universal mind, the universal intellect, the universal heart, the universal personality, the universal life. That's what happens, and this only happens. It won't happen by following this religion or following that or getting into that idea or concept or belief. It won't happen. It happens within itself, within the being itself, becoming more awake to itself and directly experiencing the truth of its self, of the total reality of really beyond all existence itself. So that movement, that opening, that motion, that will, that divine will, is really what has been carrying. It's really what the individual will has been all along. Only we thought it was individual. We couldn't experience the real, true, divine opening, just the opening that the awareness itself is doing. Awareness itself is opening to the divine reality that actually is. But when we get in the way thinking it's me, I'm becoming spiritual, I'm becoming enlightened, this little person, we get fooled. We just get fooled and pulled in a direction that is not the ultimate, not the ultimate. So this is the thing. I think it's time. We've faced the reality. We've faced it right on. Because the more that the being itself can awaken to its universal reality of the appearance of the body-mind, the more the whole consciousness, the whole world appearance will change to reflect that unfoldment. And so it all boils down to you, to who you really are as the self, not the mind. No, it's not the mind. You don't have to get worried, that it's your responsibility or anything. We're not talking about that. We talk about the self itself coming awake more fully to itself and just opening up. And as it opens up more to itself, it begins to refine the body-mind instrument so it can actually experience the truth as it really is without being caught in all those concepts. So it's a really beautiful thing, and this is not idle talk. It's the intelligence, the energy, the wholeness, the field that is everywhere in the room right around the body, and including the body, that is the really saying this, and opening up more to itself through us all. And so the importance of these kind of satsangs and meetings like this, where we get together in groups like this, cannot be underestimated. It's so important. It can't be overstated how important it is not to, follow this or follow that, or go with this or go with that idea that somebody has, or this idea, but to subject the being to the truth of itself. This is more important than anything that you think is important that the mind thinks is important in this life. No, no, this is what is important. So that at some time it can break through. It can break through that false identification with the mind and body and awaken to its boundless infinity, to the clarity of its own infinity that it really is, and then become even more clear, more bright, more full, more exquisite, more divine, more beautiful, more grand, more majestic. It's so, it's so incredible. This is so incredible. What you really are right now. Right now. Beyond the time and space of the mind. And open up to that. Just open up to that more and more and more. And let it unfold from within its own infinity. Allow the beautiful, supremely exquisite, divine divinity to unfold within the grandness of its own infinity that is everywhere now. So it's a beautiful, really beautiful thing. So just let go. Just let go and just let go. Just allow. Just allow. So beautiful.